do 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 do. Say your name now.
Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Lauren.
And we are
the NeuroNerds. Yes, that was on time.
I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about that.
NeuroNerds.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Oh shit!
You
Joe
just
played
beat
a
me.
lot
You
of
just
that
beat
game.
me. Wow.
I played a lot of that game like throughout life.
I played Mario Party. That was Mario Kart and Mario Party.
Mario
that was
Kart. Mario Kart was like it. By the
that
way,
was the shit.
I have a mini
N64.
SNES.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Oh wow.
It's so mini, you didn't even know I had it.
No, it's
And
non-existent.
I am maybe the greatest Mario Kart player ever. I'm just saying that. I'm just throwing that out there. Did you know that PlayStation had their own version of Mario Kart?
What was it called?
Crash Team Racing.
Oh no, I thought you were gonna say Crash Bandicoot. I was like, shit,
It
I played
is.
that in elementary
And
school.
who has Crash Bandicoot as well on the PS4?
Which
this
one?
guy right here, the original.
Are you lying?
No, I'm not. So what's really, really uncomfortable about that game, playing it like as an adult,
it pisses you off even more.
Post-stroke?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I wanted to jump out of a window. It was so crazy. We just took a selfie and it's ridiculous.
Okay, should we actually start?
Yeah, let's hit it. So we're gonna focus today, I guess, on asking for help.
Yeah. How many of us struggle with the idea of asking our friends, our families, our loved ones, people we pay to listen to us, like therapists or teachers or counselors, for actual help? Because what does that require but for us to be vulnerable? And what is one of the scariest things on the planet is to be vulnerable in front of people, right?
That's the worst.
It's like, no, I'd rather just fake it. No.
Yeah, for me, I think not asking for help led into my stroke. Definitely raised my blood pressure. So anytime I had an issue, a problem, anytime I was like physically in pain, mentally in pain, whatever it was, I just kind of shoved it down, which is really, really a horrible thing to do. I now go to therapy, which helps me process all this stuff out, which is amazing. I feel lighter, not just like physically, but like mentally. I feel like mentally lighter, like I'm floating on air. I feel like I can think. I don't have like all of this stuff just getting in my way. It's awesome. I suggest therapy to everybody. Even if you're mentally healthy, why not? You know, why not just get like anything and everything you have out there? Just keep yourself mentally healthy. Try to be mentally healthier.
Yes, it's very important for your own mental health to seek help. However, if you have a brain injury, it's almost like your own insides, your own brains are now turning against you sometimes. You know, it's suddenly like you've been infiltrated by the enemy from within that's talking to you and telling you things, or messing with your override codes and telling you like, no, you don't need help. You don't need help. You're good. You're good. Don't reach out to someone. They might judge you. They might say you're crazy.
We have Loki inside of our heads at the end
No, because I like Loki.
Was it the Avengers? The end of the Avengers? No, not the Avengers. I forget which movie, but the end he was inside Eric Selvig's head.
Well, that was that's the very end of Thor, but he technically, he was, because he turns and says, well, something like that's
spicy meatball? Is that what he said? That's a spicy meatball? No, that's a different catchphrase from another supervillain. But yeah, it's weird. Asking for help is very, very strange. It's very, very foreign to me. The way that I was raised and like where I came from, you just kind of didn't help it, and you just kind of dealt with it. You know, like growing up, if we needed something, it's just like, all right, well, if we can't have it, we just deal without it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I think my household was a little bit better. We talked a little more.
I'm sure every household is better at talking more than mine.
But I think what's also important is, and especially, you know, for a lot of our parents' generation, including yours, even though you and I are different generations, there was a huge negative stigma attached to seeing a therapist, a counselor.
Absolutely.
You know, it was something in the past, if anyone found out, not only was it shameful, it could affect your whole life. You could lose your job over it, because it really did mean that like you were crazy. And, you know, people were sent off to medical asylums and institutes, sometimes not of their own free will. And so it's understandable that many of our parents and grandparents are very much against still the mental health stigma, or against getting mental health help and or talking about it, because that sometimes it's like, yeah, fine, you can go to therapy, get better, but like don't tell people that you might have had depression. Don't tell people you might have had anxiety or you're schizophrenic or bipolar.
You want to know what's really funny about that? If you just say that out loud, you sound crazy for not going to get help.
Correct, 100%.
Like, it's so weird.
Yeah, a lot of mental health issues. If you're listening and you've never had depression or anxiety or one of the laundry lists of mental health issues, oftentimes it's a little hard to connect. I was listening to a video and they were talking about how most people tend to associate depression with just being sad. And so they're like, well, why can't you just be happy? Just choose to be happy. Yes, happiness is a choice. However, there's also a chemical imbalance that's going on in your head. So there's actually something physical and biological happening at the exact same time that's also affecting your moods. And depression is a completely different thing than just having a blue day,
right?
Or being down. And depression is something that can last, a short period of time. It can be an acute episode where you have it once and move on. Which luckily that's what I had right after college, or it's something that's lifelong and then just kind of hangs out and you learn to either deal with it or, to grow from it despite having it. So I always associate it like Pandora's box or like a door where if you've never had it or never do have it, that door is closed, that box is closed, you never know what it's like. But once you've had it once and it's an actual depressive episode, the door's unlocked and it can always open again, And so it's just within your doings, whatever you're doing to keep yourself mentally healthy and self-care, that prevents you from either opening the door again or opening it so far open that you kind of tumble down.
Right. Yeah, I don't, and I guess what I did is I just barricaded mine and just pretended it wasn't there.
You put like 2x4s.
I did. It was like a Wile E. Coyote, as a road runner.
Product.
I guess most of my life I've suffered from like depression and anxiety. Nobody would really know because I was very like, I never wanted to be that guy. Like, that's why I've never been like sloppy drunk at a party, like fall down drunk.
God bless, because you're sloppy drunk when you're not drunk.
I'm sloppy sober.
Yeah, you're sloppy sober.
So like I never wanted to be like that guy. But the same thing with like issues. So like if I was feeling a little bit crazy, I say crazy not like in a like bad way. I just say it to describe kind of like how it feels. I know I'm not crazy. I just feel like a little bit crazy.
A little chaotic, right?
Yeah, it's yes, definitely chaos. So like when I had that like feeling, I don't want other people to like see that or think of me in a different way. So I just pretended that everything was fine.
Repress it. Repress.
Oh, I had amazing work. I grew up Catholic.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like a couple of years at Catholic school being taught by a nun, an actual nun.
With did she have a ruler and everything?
She didn't. It was like right after that. I was like the generation after they stopped like randomly beating children.
That was my mother's generation growing up.
Yeah. So I'm like right after that, which is awesome because I don't think I would have lasted. But yeah, actually like being able to like process some stuff out, it's amazing. It's actually really, really cool. And I don't know, it was difficult. Like even like my first couple sessions that I could remember, because remember I was like super strokey. And depression is different. Actually, post-stroke, there's post-stroke depression.
Yes.
Everybody was telling me all of these things about things. This happens after you have a stroke. This happens after you have a brain injury. This happens after a traumatic event. And I was like, all right, cool. All of that is true. Like organization is like a really big deal to me. Overstimulation, like sometimes it's just too much. Multitasking, just don't do it. Like it's not great for your brain. It's not great for my brain. And depression, they're like there will be like a post-stroke depression. You'll like have like these blue sad feelings, and I'm like, all right, cool. No, they are severe and they were really, really intense, and it was really, really hard to get past because I don't think anybody could really empathize or understand what I was going through. My girlfriend, I mean, she's been incredible, but she can only understand so much, unless you've actually gone through something like this. You don't really know. That's why it's awesome, and when I met Lauren to actually talk about this, and I don't know, it's misery loves company, and it was miserable.
Before we actually started NeuroNerds, when we would meet up, we literally would have 2 hours of like commiseration. And then that's how we discovered, we're like, wait a second, if we can connect this way, it's like pinking the brain. What are we going to do tonight?
try to
Right,
take over the world.
So, great show. If you've never seen it, if you're too young to know what Pinky and the Brain is, go to YouTube. I'm sure it's on YouTube. But
Has to be.
yeah. But yeah, it's completely true. Sometimes it helps to find people with situations, like life events. And yeah, if you can relate on one end and not on the other, but you can at least empathize a lot and sympathize, which is really nice.
Yeah, sympathy is cool, and I got sympathy from a lot of people. But then I started thinking about it, I was like, I think these people are feeling bad for me.
Yeah, there's a pity aspect to it.
I never really wanted to feel pitied. Unless I was feeling like, I kind of feel like being pitied today.
Yeah, I mean...
That happened every once in a while.
every once in a while, we all deserve to have our own little pity party. I mean, throw your own, have fun, but, move on. Don't wallow.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I guess prior, I would just wallow. But, yeah, I never wanted anybody to feel bad for me. So, in talking to Lauren, I was like, oh, you're not pitying me. You're not just feeling bad for me. You understand exactly what it feels like when somebody says this, or you're in this position and you feel like this. I mean, it was awesome. And, I've reached out to, and I've had several people reach out to me about, just doing the NeuroNerds and my blog, and people understand, that it was really, really, it felt good to know that we're actually reaching out and helping people, because it was such a struggle the first few months of the hospital for me, because I just felt so alone. So everybody out there, you're not alone. At least I hope not. The NeuroNerds are here to help.
We're here for you. No, and it's part of creating your support team. So a support team can be one person. It could be, your mom. It could be your best friend. It could be your pet pig. Spider Pig. Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does. So again, you can build, you could have one person, you could have an army, you could have 20 people. You could, if you're on, if you have a YouTube channel, maybe it's your fans, but you want to build and surround yourself with people that are helping you, because that way because you're going to feel alone no matter what when you are recovering from a brain injury, because you think you're the only one suffering through this, and that no one else has these exact symptoms or not going through the exact situation. And of course, the details are going to differ between people, but the healing process tends to function in a kind of timeline-esque way, and you're not the only person. And there's a comfort in knowing that you're not crazy and you're not alone, and that other people are going through or have gone through or will go through the same thing.
Right. I mean, I was exhausted last week. I was so tired. And I'm not tired of anything, just mentally drained. Physically, I gotta tell you, I'm kind of killing it. I'm pre-stroke, I was 233 pounds, I think. I'm 6'2", so I was I don't know, I held it well, I guess.
You carry it well.
Apparently I didn't carry it well.
I didn't know you pre-stroke.
So that's true. That's true. I was heavy because I was depressed, and I just kind of let myself go, and I ate like crap. Mostly I guess in processing through therapy, I realized I was just searching, since I've been survival mode for the majority of my life. I've just been searching for some kind of comfort and some kind of happiness, whether it be 2 minutes, 5 minutes. So when you eat, it's oh, this makes me happy.
Yeah, it releases dopamine.
It does. So for the majority of the day, everything sucks. People suck, situations suck, everything is terrible. And that's how I felt. So anytime I would just well, do I want to eat something healthy? Nope, I'm going to grab this new Taco Bell item because it's disgusting and I hate myself, but it's going to make me feel good for these 3 minutes. So I did that a lot, which was terrible. And I led a stagnant lifestyle. I didn't really work out too much. Yeah, no, it's horrible. Lauren's doing the vomit face, which is very true. Post stroke, it's so bad for you. But at the time, it just made me feel good for those few short minutes, which sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now I'm 201 pounds. I got all the way down, by the way, when I was in the hospital after my stroke, I got down to I think 184.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I was in bed.
Yeah, you're wasting away.
I was bedridden. I had no muscle, anything. I was deteriorating.
Yeah.
And I knew it was a problem. So I'll tell my
God.
ridiculous story. When I knew I had to get new clothes, so my girlfriend kept on telling me, you need new pants. Your clothes are way too big. You're swimming in them. You need new clothes. I was like, no, I don't. I really like these. They're comfortable. They're cool. So we were at Target and I had to use the restroom, and I went to pee. And I undid my belts, and I'm right there in front of the urinal. And there was maybe 3-4 other people there, and my pants dropped around my ankles because they were so big. So there I am in front of the urinal with my pants around my ankles, urinating like a toddler. Yeah. So I don't know why I'm sharing that story.
I'm going to put you in a diaper. Like, what's going on?
I just thought hey, by the way, when I first got out of the hospital,
Yeah.
I was like, if I have to be in a diaper, this is going to suck. I don't know if I want to move forward with life. It was like really bad. Like, I don't have a ton of memory from the hospital. I just knew every time I had to go to the bathroom, it was an emergency.
Okay, yeah. But I mean,
not to get too deep.
No, but I mean, there's going to be some people who've had strokes that have to live their life in diapers.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I'm very, very thankful, and I feel like super blessed that I've made it this far. And, I'm taking it very serious. That's why I eat like a rabbit. That's why I work out as often as I can. That's why I meditate every single day to keep my mental health right, because I almost feel a responsibility to fellow survivors out there, because I am doing so good.
Yes.
Every once in a while, like I'll read a story or I'll have a conversation with somebody, and there's a couple of people who have no feeling on their left side because the stroke took that feeling away from them.
Mm-hmm.
They're so positive and they're like moving forward and they're doing all these things, and I'm like, why am I complaining? Why am I tired?
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm doing so well, and then I have that survivor's guilt. Why me? Why am I doing so well? This dude is awesome and he's struggling to put on his sweater. Like, why me? What did I do? It's weird. But the fact is, I made it back 100%. I'm here for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And, I hope that I can like share my journey and kind of give people out there hope. Because to be honest, hope, that's all we really need. I talk about hope a lot, but like,
I was going to say, this sounds like every episode.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's true. We just need a little bit of hope. And I did, I got a lot of help along the way too, from my girlfriend, who has been amazing, from family and friends, from my therapist, my physical therapist, who was amazing. He got me back walking. My occupational therapist, who has worked out the tremors in my right hand, which, by the way, led into tennis elbow that I have now. Which it sucks.
I have no sympathy for him right now.
You should.
Because he's whining about having to ice it.
So this entire time I've had my elbow in ice, and if anybody knows me, and if you don't, I'll share this, I hate ice.
He's being a whiny baby. I'm like, welcome to the world of tendonitis.
It's so cold.
Oh my God. I have tendonitis in so many places in my body that I literally am a walking ice pack sometimes after dance.
Well, that sucks for you.
Yes, it does.
Well, I don't dance.
Yes, and we're very thankful.
I'm Puerto Rican. I got rhythm. I can groove. I can shake these hips. Ask Shakira. These hips don't lie.
I was going to say, your hips do lie. But so on that idea of support, we wanted to bring it all in so we could talk about the nerdy aspects of this. So when we say support team or sidekicks.
Oh, sidekicks.
Right? So, and not every sidekick is a support team. And not every support team is a sidekick. But it's like, okay, let's take some of our favorite leading superheroes or fandom characters. And unfortunately, now that I think about them, they're all men.
Why unfortunately? Don't be sexist.
Well, I'm like, where's Black Widow's support team? Excuse me.
Well, she doesn't need one. She's a one-woman gang.
Good
Come
point.
on.
Good point.
Right?
Okay, but let's see. When we think of Batman and Tony Stark, right? Here we got the two brilliant billionaires, DC and Marvel. So who is Batman's straight up support team? Alfred, right?
You got to throw in Robin in there too.
Well,
because no billionaire crime fighter is complete without like a 12-year-old boy mobbing around with him.
What, and that's Spider-Man now for Tony Stark?
That's true. Oh my God. That's really funny.
Right? So Batman has Alfred. What does Alfred do? Alfred is his like support team. Not only is he his butler, but he's also, I feel like sometimes Alfred is his conscience.
He really is.
Yeah.
He doesn't let him push too far.
No.
He's like, no, you need to rest. So rest.
Right. And I feel like, luckily, in every incarnation that we've had recently of Batman, whether it's the Nolanverse definitely, and Lego Batman. Because
I still haven't seen Lego Batman.
Lego Batman's awesome. But I really have not seen Dawn of Justice, so I don't know what. Who was it? Jeremy Irons, who was playing Alfred.
Right.
I didn't know if he's any good, but at least we had in the Nolanverse, we had Michael Caine.
Yeah, Michael Caine was great.
Michael Caine as the titular Alfred, amazing. But he was a great source of not only wisdom and comfort for Bruce, and a pseudo father figure,
right.
but he was also his conscience.
Right.
When he's talking about the Joker, he's coming in and talking about how he can't beat someone like the Joker the way he is. He wants to watch the world burn. There's no rhyme or reason. Same thing when Rachel Dawes, right? All that shenanigans that are going on where he's like, well, I did something to protect you. You know, Rachel didn't want you. You know, what does that do? And then on the other side, we have Tony Stark, right? And who is his quote unquote butler? Jarvis.
Yeah,
right?
AI.
At his his created AI. Jarvis is named after the butler he had as a child.
By the way, he created Jarvis, right?
Yes.
How arrogant is Tony Stark? Like, his mentor is himself. If you really think about it.
True. It's almost like Ultron. It's like, right? He created his own doom as well. But so
actually, Ant-Man created Ultron. They say it's the nerdy.
Yes, that is true.
Me.
I'm still going from MCU at the moment.
Okay, cool.
Okay, MCU. We're not talking about, but yes, it's very true. But Jarvis is to Tony Stark what Alfred is to Batman. Right?
Cool. So since you're Bat Widow, would I be like Stroke Pool Alfred?
Oh no.
No?
No. You'd be like 1966.
Oh my God. How
Robin.
old do you think I
Robin.
am? Oh my God.
You'd be Adam West Robin to me.
Are you saying that because I'm in tights right now?
Yeah, definitely. I'm kind of not digging the bright green on you. It's not quite your color.
That I rock spandex and a cape?
Yes, because I rock no pants.
You never wear pants. Oh my God. If anybody follows Lauren is an incredible dance teacher. And every video she posts, she has no pants on. I'm like, woman, put on some pants.
No. No. Don't tell me what to do.
How many other people have mentors, I guess?
Yes.
You know?
Or Yodas. You know, here we go. We got a Yoda. We have, okay, so let's talk, if we're talking mentors, Harry Potter, right? We all love Harry Potter.
Dumbledore.
Yeah. Sirius Black.
Oh,
right?
I love Sirius Black.
Sirius Black was his wow, I'm having trouble speaking English, guys. I've been speaking Spanish. So when I speak a lot of Spanish or another language, I have a problem speaking English. So not only do I have the word issue from my brain injury, and then I have to switch languages, I struggle so much. See, right there, I can't even.
It's more of a problem for me because she speaks many languages. I barely speak English.
Yeah.
I'm still working on that. You know what? I'm going to master English.
Yes.
Once I do that, then I'm going to dive into another language.
There you go.
No, I'm a horrible Puerto Rican. I have to learn Spanish. I really do. I get.
You speak Spanglish.
I barely speak Spanglish.
Yes.
I can sing the Rico Suave song. So does that count?
Sure.
All right. See?
Okay.
I'm killing it.
Good. Rico Suave.
I used to know every word of that song.
God, I don't. Anyways, but yes, so if you go to any fandom, especially if there's the archetypal chosen one, again, going even to mythology, if we're going to King Arthur, who is his mentor? Merlin, right? And so if you look at yourself as like the hero of your own journey, right?
Which I think we all are.
Yes.
Or we should be.
We should be. We should find a way to be a hero of our own journey, no matter what role we might think we play, whether maybe we don't see ourselves as like the hero with the sword that's going to go slay the monster and we're the mage in the background, right? But you're still the hero of your own story.
Right. By the way, don't be a mage. Be the hero.
Excuse me.
You guys are amazing.
There are some cool mages. Not that I ever play being a mage, but there's some cool mages.
By the way, the fact that we're just even having this conversation is so nerdy.
Shut up.
Oh my gosh.
No, okay. So when I make my parties, when I play Dungeons and Dragons, I'm a half-elf ranger, okay? And I lead my party as a ranger.
Oh man, when I play Dungeons and Dragons, I'm a Power Ranger.
I thought you were gonna say when I play Dungeons and Dragons, I don't.
I've never played Dungeons and Dragons.
Shame.
I do have.
We need to do an episode where we're just playing like you hearing us play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh my God!
I'll be the dungeon master.
If you guys have insomnia, listen to that episode. It will put you to sleep. Even talking about it right now, I'm dozing off.
You know, we could change the background and define what a dungeon is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It just got...
Yeah, that's not going to put you to sleep.
It just got 50 Shades of Grey up in here. No, it didn't. It's much sexier than 50 Shades of Grey.
Okay, going back to being the hero of your own story, right? You know, it could be an S&M story, but it's the hero of your own story. You got to find your mentor. You got to find your Yoda. And it could be someone older or younger. It could be a group of people. It can be, for all I care, it could be a book. I mean,
right.
It could be the Bible. Could be
help is help.
Something,
the
Quran.
Seek it.
Yeah, you just got to find what kind of vibes with you. And it doesn't always have to be religion. You know, maybe it is spirituality. Maybe you go meditate, you do yoga. something like that, something that's good for you.
Ugh.
I know you don't like yoga. It's okay.
I don't bend that way.
Well, neither do I, so don't worry.
I've seen you. Yes, you do.
I don't bend as well as I would like. But yeah, so thinking about fandom mentors, who is your favorite mentor in the nerdy world?
Favorite mentor? Oh man.
Yeah, I know. I'm stumping you here.
There's so well because you have Yoda, you have Obi-Wan,
Mm-hmm.
you have even the Justice League that are mentors to Young Justice.
Correct.
Which by the way, I really love Young Justice. If you guys haven't seen the cartoon, please watch it. It's amazing. You go Harry Potter, Dumbledore. Dumbledore's amazing. I love Dumbledore.
I like the not the Michael Gambon version.
No,
Richard,
no.
Yeah.
The
original
OG Dumbledore. And if you look at like adult Harry Potter, which is like Lord of the Rings,
mm-hmm.
and you look at Gandalf, who's fucking awesome. How awesome is Gandalf?
Right. And what I love is like when a mentee becomes a mentor,
mm-hmm.
right?
Right. Yeah, you take over the mantle.
Yeah. Which is also a great thing to happen. You could argue like Aragorn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
he's too quiet. Like I think a mentor actually has to like, it's like.
Do you
the difference...
see this face? I adore Viggo Mortensen, and how dare you?
Viggo Morgenstein. I love him too.
He's an amazing actor. I love him.
Why do you look like you're gonna kill me? I'm agreeing with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm agreeing with you wholeheartedly. By the way, there was a rumor back in the day he was gonna be Doctor Strange. I know,
that
right?
Would have been amazing.
I know, right? I'm about to lose my mind.
Okay, I love Viggo Mortensen as Aragorn, and then the other one was in Eastern Promises because it was fucking badass.
Oh my god, that was when he shot the dude in the was it the foot? When they were in the scene, he had the coffee and he shot the guy. I think he shot him in the foot.
No, I'm talking about the bathhouse scene, dude.
Oh
the naked fight. It was awesome.
Of course,
that was one of the most realistic fights. Like, okay, so we see.
Yeah, because anytime I see a fight, dudes are naked. You know what I mean?
No, but what
so
I like
realistic.
is whoever was the stunt coordinator or the advisor on that did an amazing job of portraying an actual realistic fight as much as you can, especially if like you're sweaty and you're bleeding and you're naked, like you're slippery and you got to fight ugly to get out of it. The reason I appreciate that is because it sounds like I'm becoming a what is it called? Not a stunt coordinator, but I'm being brought onto a project to be a consultant for
it's because you're a badass.
Fighting. So
please don't hit me. I'm
wow, you make me sound like an abusive like co-host.
Every time she moves, I flinch.
Wow, what does that say about your life? Anyways, but yes, so you got to find your mentor. So again, you're talking Yoda.
Oh, absolutely, because I'm a Star Wars guy. Like I literally, again, I've been a fan since birth. So I think Yoda's like the ultimate mentor. But I think Obi-Wan might have been a better mentor than Yoda.
Mentor for who?
For Luke.
For Luke?
Yeah,
okay, why?
Absolutely.
I don't like the issue I have with Obi-Wan, and it again could be just because the writing, but like Obi-Wan, why do you have to keep everything so like what's the word? The word I want to say is naive, but that's not the right word. Like ambiguous.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like seriously, you could have just been like,
Also, if you're changing your name, why change it from Obi-Wan to Ben Kenobi? It's a little weird, but.
And wearing Jedi robes. You're trying to hide from the Empire and you're just walking around in your Jedi robes. I think he also wins the award for like worst disguise ever. Right up there with the Captain America team cap, ball cap, and sunglasses thing. Like right there.
No, I'm gonna go with Superman's glasses. Just gonna throw that out there.
Okay, good point.
It's like, oh my god, that's it. Oh wait no, this guy has glasses and he's in a suit.
Yeah.
Clearly it's not Superman. Clearly.
Yes.
That's
so why would you Yoda, the issue I always had with Yoda is he's this all-knowing being, right? All-knowing. And I'm ignoring the prequels as you should. But I do like that Yoda in those movies is a little bit more badass.
He is.
Right? Even though his fights are computer generated against Dooku. But Yoda's this wealth of knowledge as well. But I'm like, can any of these guys just help Luke out? Like, really? Like, y'all got to be with this ambiguous bullshit?
They do, but if you think of it like this, it's like, well, here's the answer.
True.
These are the steps you take to get to the answer.
Luke wouldn't have kissed Leia if he knew it was his sister.
Yeah,
if they'd kind of let him know.
I'm still a little disturbed.
Yeah, right?
About that.
I wonder.
Disturbed on how turned on I am.
I always wonder if they changed the story.
I think so.
Between.
But he says no. But I absolutely think he did.
Because I think there was supposed to be like a love triangle between Han, Luke, and Leia.
Yeah.
And then they changed it.
Then in the end, Han and Luke get together. Boom! Fan fiction.
Right? Actually, there's quite a lot of that fan fiction.
I'm sure.
Out there.
Did you write any of it?
Nope, I don't read Star Wars fan fiction. But
Have you written any?
No, not Star Wars.
Are you sure?
Yes, 100%. I am a nerd, but not for that fandom. Okay, so all right, what else? And for any of them, like, how do they help Luke?
I mean, they help Luke become the best version of himself. Like, he has all of this potential, because everybody has potential, all this potential in him, and they help him
unlock it.
Unlock all of it, you know? Like, it's like, oh, cool, I can move rocks. Oh, now move this ship out of the water. It's too big, man. It's too big. And Yoda's like, you've already failed. Doesn't matter what size.
You defeated yourself.
Yeah, like, come on, get it going. And then this little dude who could barely like walk with a little cane is lifting this giant ship out of the water like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I'm sure he could have. I don't know. It's helping Luke get to the end by himself. You know, like like not just, well, I'm going to carry her over the finish line.
Right.
I'm going to show you how to get to the finish line.
Right.
You know, like you're hungry. Oh, here's a fish. No. I'm going to teach you how to fish so you can catch your own fish and eat.
Agreed.
I think so.
So I think that's also, what we need to look for in our own support teams is finding people that can support us and encourage our growth through self-discovery, and not maybe spoon feeding us lines that we don't internalize and really believe, but helping lead us down that journey path or whatever, where, like, okay, if you're playing a video game and you're like, oh, there's a glowy rod over there, that's going to be a challenge right there. Like, as you're walking down, you're like, oh, NPC challenge right there. So, you're going down your path and you're just looking for those people that are about to give you that new journey, that new spot on your map that you have to go travel and defeat the monster there.
This analogy made me so happy.
I'm glad.
I love video games.
I know.
And I just do. I started playing Assassin's Creed again. I'm like, oh, so much fun. And I can't wait for Far Cry 5 that's coming out. Like, oh my gosh, don't talk to me after the 27th. I'm going to be playing Far Cry 5.
It'll be me by myself for a while.
You're just going to hear thumbs and buttons clicking in the background.
We'll be having blow by blow. Lauren, look what I did.
Did you see that?
No.
What about you? What's your favorite mentor relationship?
I'm trying to think of
is it Lauren's mentor, Joe? Is it Joe's mentor, Lauren?
Yay! No.
Boo.
Oh my god.
Yes, I is.
So, trying to go back and think really about mentors. I guess if I'm gonna go, I would love to be able to pull something very highfalutin and very smart. But I guess maybe the mentor I'm looking at is in Game of Thrones.
Ooh,
right?
Which one?
Actually, one of the relationships I liked was Jon Snow with Commander Mormont.
Oh, but he doesn't know nothing.
No, he doesn't. But what I liked about that relationship was Commander Mormont, which is Jorah Mormont's father. Jorah was the eldest son and supposed to be the heir of Bear Island, but he dishonored the family by selling slaves. And then he was exiled from Bear Island.
Yeah, we're the NeuroNerds for a reason. That was some nerdy shit right there.
Oh, I'm not even done yet. And so when Jorah was exiled to Essos, that was the only way he wouldn't die. So Ned Stark exiled him. And so Jorah left. And of course, Commander Mormont was, I believe then he went to the Wall. And so he was looking for I guess he maybe not looking for an heir, but he found an heir in Jon Snow. And so he took him on as his steward. If you haven't seen season 1, you're so late to the party. It's not my fault.
If it was a woman, would he be a steward or she be a stewardess? See what I did there?
Don't
be sexist.
Anyway, so a steward to learn how to lead. Jon Snow growing up, even though he was Ned Stark's bastard, and he was educated as a royal or as a nobleman's bastard son, would not have had the opportunities that Robb Stark had to really learn leadership.
Robb
and
Stark.
I know, he's so dead. I love him.
I need that on a shirt. Oh my god, he's so dead.
A red wedding, y'all. So anyways, so Jon was able to find in Commander Mormont that was like no pictures. Finding Commander Mormont someone to really guide him in statecraft, and he was groomed to take over for Commander Mormont when he quote unquote retired and or died. So I really like that relationship, and on top of that, he gave Jon What's the sword called? Oh my God, my nerd card's gonna be taken away.
It should be. Mine shouldn't be because this is way deep.
Anyways.
These are deep cuts.
Anyways, so the sword, which was actually the Valyrian sword of House Mormont,
oh my God,
used to have a bear figure, a white bear figure on the end of the pommel. And so what happened was it was replaced by Commander Mormont with a wolf. So then that's why that became Jon Snow's sword. So it was very interesting. If you saw season 7, to hark back to season 1, was when Jorah and Jon were having a conversation.
Wait, which one's Jorah?
Jorah Mormont, that's the one that's in love with Daenerys Targaryen. He's the knight.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, cool.
So when he met Jon on the other side of the wall and they were talking, Jon actually attempted to give the sword to Jorah because technically in Jon's mind, Jorah is the next son. He's blood of Commander Mormont. But Jorah gave it back to Jon, stating that he was more worthy of it than him, especially since his father gave it to him. So what I liked about that was, as short as that relationship was, I think Commander Mormont had a very, a very big impact on Jon Snow, on how to lead and doing things for the greater good, even if it meant dying.
Right. Well, that sounds like an amazing mentor.
Yeah.
Did you have a mentor growing up?
I don't know.
No?
The people I looked up to, I always tell people I was screwed by me having a very strong father figure with my dad, my Taekwondo master, and Disney.
And Disney, wow.
Yeah, that screwed me. I was brought up, as my dad and I were just having a conversation, I was not brought up a typical Latina girl.
Mm-hmm.
Not brought up in that way at all. My dad made sure.
Yeah, I can't picture you in the kitchen making tortillas.
But I do.
Do you? Do you look like this?
I have. Now I just buy the refrigerated kind from Costco and warm them up.
That sounds awesome.
So for us, we want to just say we encourage you to find your support team, your mentor. Again, you're not going to find them right away, and you might not find them in the places you think.
Yeah, hopefully you do find them, but they're out there. We're all out there. We just have to find one another, And
so we encourage you to keep responding with your stories to us. It's been such a blessing to be able to read what you guys are sharing with us and reaching out, and we want to create that quote unquote safe space.
Absolutely.
For you guys to feel comfortable to reach out, because again, you might not have a mentor that you know personally, and we're not necessarily looking to be your Yodas, but if we can help you along the way,
Oh, absolutely. We want everybody to be the best versions of themselves, and again, we're all survivors. We're here for a reason,
Yeah, you don't want to be the Zack Snyder version of Batman. We want you to be Nolan verse.
Yeah, we're definitely going Nolan.
Yes, or cartoon,
not Schumacher.
No. not bat nipples from George Clooney version. Okay.
No, not bat butt. That was weird. That's
or the bat card. Ching.
Oh my God, I'm so sad now.
Anyways, but yes. So in keeping with that theme, coming up on some of our future episodes, we're going to be having some of our guest speakers coming on.
Oh yeah, some of you guys.
Yeah,
we're trying to figure out a platform where we get you guys to tell your stories like on the show, whether it be live or pre-recorded. We're figuring that out, but it's coming along.
And we're also going to have our Facebook page is up. Oh man, I have notes on this. Of course, it is. If you could, so you already know about Facebook / the NeuroNerds.
That's
the
us.
Other one we have now is a support group. It's called It's not called Facebook. It's facebook.com/groups/YouSoRock, which is inspired by Joe's page on his website, Joe So Rocks.
Oh, because Joe so does.
Yeah, he thinks he does. And but that's an opportunity for you guys to join and create discussions and connect with other people that are within our community.
Yeah, I've already I have a few of your stories that you guys have sent to me. I'm going to be posting them on my website really, really soon in the You So Rock section, because you guys absolutely rock. And I think just reading your stories, there's so many stories out there. There are so many. You guys are absolutely not alone, and hopefully you guys will read them, maybe reach out to one another, for support, or just like hey, that was a great story, or hey, I'm proud of you, keep pushing, because we all need that, and we should all be here for one another.
Everyone's worthy of affirmation and validation, which is what we're here for too.
I love validation. That's the only reason I'm here for. Tell me how awesome I am, Lauren, please.
Cricket.
Oh my God. That could not have been more perfect.
You're awesome. So make sure to follow us on social media, guys. So we are at the NeuroNerds. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter,
yes,
Facebook.
Individually, I am at JoeSoRocks, JoeSorocks everywhere on Instagram. I just started tweeting. Like I'm a Twitter guy now.
I'm slow to the Twitter game.
I've been forcing her to. If I have to do it, she has to do it too. Come on, misery loves company.
You can find me on Instagram at Lauren L. Manzano. It's also on our pages because my name's long. I'm sorry. And then if you want to find me on Twitter, I am at TankBBG. I will have to have a contest to see if you guys can figure out what that means, where it comes from. You will not guess.
I have some theories.
Okay. And then make sure you can listen in for any future and past episodes. We're on iTunes, Google Play,
we're on Stitcher,
TuneIn, and SoundCloud.
Yes. Yeah, definitely let us know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoy the show and understand the NeuroNerds. We're here for you guys. We're here to help.
Yeah!
Oh, just killed it.
That was totally not planned. So until next time, guys, stay strong and have hope.
That's all you need. Boom!
That was
dude, we were like spot on, right?
Yeah.
At the end. You know what's really funny? We were so surprised. Oh,
yeah, we were like, what?
Oh, shit, that was awesome.
NeuroNerds.